mother, I love her dearly, but those prayers don't work. Watch my brother suffer severely every day and it hurts. And I just wish they had a different way of escaping the urge. Trying to do better, but it seems like they just making it worse. See, everything ain't what it seems. Everybody got a story. I may know how to read, but every page ain't really for me. I got people speaking on me, throwing dirt up on my name. The same ones that keep on talking, always hurting for some change. And it's strange when the people in your circle acting shady. Got my lady burning sage, shit's been working for me lately. Gotta learn to keep my distance from the snakes up in the grass. Mind my business, still dealing with the mistakes from my past. But I'm learning, homie, this shit don't happen overnight. Got me burning slowly, ashes falling on the words I write. People try to say they love you, but those words don't really mean shit. Angels falling out of the sky from getting their wings clipped.
Days keep turning while I'm burning, falling angels turn to serpents. War is in these streets for certain. Tell my mom no need to worry.
They took one of my closest brothers at the age of 19. How the fuck do you expect me to do the right thing? You see, I'm coming out the city where they know you by your last name, the cash game. And if you ain't got it, they on your ass, man. I can see a snake from how he reaching from a handshake. Look him in his eyes and I can tell that this man's fake. Keeping to myself and I just play my position. Ain't fucking with you if we ain't got the same opposition. You see, there's plenty roles to play. Like the day you know it all ends, nothing left to say. You really see the ones you call friends taking off they mask, revealing they true disguise. Laughing in your face cause you couldn't see through the lies. And you feeling so betrayed like the Lord himself deceived you. And it's sad when the people you love just don't believe you. They told me take a chance, you gotta learn to walk the line and understand that hard times ain't never really hard to find.
Days keep turning while I'm burning, falling angels turn to serpents. War is in these streets for certain. Tell my mom no need to worry. Days keep turning while I'm burning, falling angels turn to serpents. War is in these streets for certain. Tell my mom no need to worry.
Yo, yo, what is good? What is good? You are now tuned back in with the Overthinkers. My name is Versa.
And Mike Seif.
Yo, what's up? You got your boy Heks Bundy in this motherfucker. What's cracking?
Make sure y'all stay tuned. Blah, blah.
Yeah. It's like these motherfuckers forgot who I am. Yo, I sick. It's like we gotta remind these motherfuckers. Hey, yo,
I sick on the mix.
we really about that solitaire shit. It's HB. Look, we had bricks in the back of vans and sticks like it's Pakistan. Baggage handled the grams, more green than a Packers fan. Been the talk of the town, go ahead, you can ask your mans. Hand to hand, see my partners get rich off of sandwich bags. My pops was the plug for the mid, breaking bricks in the back of a junkyard. Semi-trucks taking trips, feds did a sweep. Try to break him off with the bid, he beat the case. Stayed solid and never talked to the pigs. I can eyeball the work, indeed, I don't need a scale. Don't need my eyeballs to work or see, I can read in braille. That's the holy grail, only approach if you know me well. That's why I keep my left ear to the street like I'm Holyfield. Yeah, this shit is easy, man. We really got this shit out the mud though. Let's go. Yo, look, See these rappers playing the bench, but I'm pushing the limits further. I've been a burden, and we ain't buying the shit you serving. Conversations on the phone, ordering quarter pounders, pharmaceuticals. But this ain't the type you get over counters from the usual. I ain't the type you can carbon copy. My kind is unidentified, it's gonna be hard to stop me. Speaking on me first, tell them do they research. World on my shoulders still ain't make my feet hurt. Speaking in Morse code to reading the horoscopes. Trust your intuition, first learn that at the corner store. When I hit my first lick on a plug for a cortisone, the only thing I learned from that is your word is worth more than gold, motherfucker. Let's go.
I don't feel the need to play the whole part of the entire movement. But yo, if you just raise your family right, if I just live righteously, I'll be alright. Yo, my whole life is dedicated to change.
Yo, what is good? What is good? You are now tuned back in with the Overthinkers. Right here we got the homie Heks Bundy. How you doing, dog?
Chilling. How's everybody doing and shit? What's cracking?
Shit, chilling, dog. Really good to have you out.
Hell yeah. Yo, first off, thank you for having me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. For sure.
Dope.
Yeah, no, most definitely. So for those who don't know, it's the homie Heks Bundy. How long you been making music for? What got you into hip hop?
Fuck. I've been making. Okay, well let's start this. I've been writing music, dog, since I was like 9 years old, my boy. Not professionally, obviously, just, writing rhymes and shit. I used to kick them to my mom and my grandma, and they thought that shit was tight. So I would write little flows. When I started recording and actually, like getting into the studio, I was about 16 years old, dog. And then I went to my homeboy MC Stoney. He was somebody who was kicking it with the crowd that I was around at the time, and he was like the only MC like around Ontario that I was kicking it with, And he seen some potential in me, and he took me to the homie Isaac, dog. And we recorded right there. And then after that, I started getting my groove into things. So I would say I've been officially making music since I was 16, dog. So about 16 years ago.
Dope, yeah. And I see you still be working with Isaac. So that's been a long time thing then, huh?
Yeah, definitely, dog. Isaac, he was the first producer that ever acknowledged me, bro. You know what I mean? He was somebody who got me when I was like green, dog. In other words, I never recorded. I didn't know how to count bars. I knew how to write a beat like a motherfucker, dog, because I was like a KOTD fan. I was into battle rap, so I knew how to add like punchlines, metaphors, and like, shit like that. I was in love with shit like that, so I figured if we could put this shit on beats, then it was dope. So that's something I worked on. So when I met him, I already had my flow on lock, and ever since then, dog, we've always just kept a great relationship, dog, and that's my boy to this day. We still work together to this day. He's actually the only producer I've been working with like the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, you guys' shit really complements each other. Yeah, it's just definitely dope. If you guys haven't heard of Isaac or Heks, make sure you guys check that shit out. These motherfuckers are really fucking dope. Some real street shit, some real fucking, melodic dope shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dope, dog. Tell me about your name, man. What got you to come up with that name?
All right, check it out. Well, shit. For starters, my name's Hector, dog. So my dad, I'm a junior. My pops his name is Hector as well. Rest in peace, my pops. They would call him Hex, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I always grew up as Lil Hex, and my older brother, he was a writer. So I obviously followed in the footsteps, dog, and I always wanted a name to write, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck, I was trying to come up with so many, how it is, dog, coming up, and you trying to find the perfect name to write, and I could never find a name to stick with. And my brother was like, well, just write Hex, dog. He was like, the family calls you Hex. Dad, everybody, mom, everybody knows you as Hex, so just write it, write Hex. So I started writing Hex, right? When I got into the hip hop shit, I was like, I don't want to you know, I'm thinking I'm fucking Vandal of the Year, and like, oh, I don't want to put my name out there and get burned out, so I gotta add something else to it. So the Bundy came from a lot of people think it's like Ted Bundy. It has nothing to do with that, dog. If you guys seen the movie Belly, it was with DMX and Nas. Okay. It's a movie. These DMX and Nas are two best friends. They just pretty much they push weight and shit, get involved in a bunch of shit, dog. DMX plays a character. His name is Bundy, dog. They call him Buns, and that fool was my favorite character in the movie. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking put Heks Bundy, Heks Bun, you know what I mean? So that shit just came along with it.
Dope.
Yeah.
First
so that's
name and last name.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, dog. So that's where that came from.
That's definitely dope, dude. And sticking to the shit that people know you by is kind of the way to go, dog. Like for real, I thought the same shit when I was coming up and doing hip hop shit and vandalizing shit, and like I'm like, dog, I can't do that. Like, don't nobody even fucking know, dog. Run that shit, you know.
Straight up,
and it's crazy. Like anywhere I go, like motherfuckers be calling me Versa. Like that shit is stuck from the graffiti shit to everything. Everybody at my work, like everybody around me, like you know, it's just sticks, you know.
When I met Versa, I met him as Versa. Like 10 years later, I found out his real name. I like, what the fuck?
Shit.
You know, I'll be calling him Versa forever.
Yeah, honestly, when I met him years ago, dog. But I've always I've always liked this fool Stilo, dog, because that's real hip hop. You know what I mean? And he be on the same shit that I'm on, and I'm like, hell yeah. And you know, I come from like the Sunny Days and Vibes era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we was coming around, there was a lot of rappers who were on that shit, but not really on that shit. You know, and for what it's worth to me, street credentials go a long way for me, bro. And Homeboy had them, dog, as far as actually putting, you know, the paint in. And, you know, he got straight up, dog. So I'm going to give you that, my boy. So
yeah.
Off the gate when I met him, it was...
Recognize real, man.
Hell yeah, dog. And when I met Homeboy, it was off the strength through graffiti and street. Like, I mean, I met him at the shows, but keep in mind, I already knew who Homeboy was off the streets. And that shit, like, you know, that shit makes me feel some type of way. I like that. Because all the other MCs, much respect to them, I knew them through the rap game. And that's it. And in the rap game, though, you could be whoever the fuck you want. You could say whatever you want on these songs and build a persona. But I knew Homeboy from on a different level. And that shit makes me feel at home when I meet MCs who actually involved in both worlds.
Hell yeah. It's almost like you can take whatever he's saying a fact because he's doing it.
I see it.
You see,
you know,
it.
I've been in places where we doing our thing, and it's like, oh shit, Homeboy's been here, and that, you know how that feels, dog. Like when you put in the footwork to get to a certain spot, get you painting, and it's like, damn, I got right here, and then you see someone you know's fucking name right there too, and it's like, oh shit,
right?
It makes you feel like, all right, homie's been here too. You know what I mean? And I know that feeling, bro, and I know my other graph writers feel that shit too. You know what I mean? So when I seen that, and then we running into each other at shows and rocking the same fucking sets, that's even better, dog. So it just real recognize real, homie, 100%. That's a real fact.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate that, my boy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's always crazy, especially with hip hop shit. Motherfuckers, like you said, are supposed to be saying whatever the fuck, and and it's a hip hop thing. It's just graffiti and all that kind of shit. And a lot of people talk about that shit, but like, they ain't really about that shit, which, I mean, it's all good, respect to them, like, it's just an art form, it's just releasing content and shit, but it's dope when motherfuckers are actually about their shit, you get down with the graffiti too. I know that shit's dope, my boy.
And I think it's dope that it's hip hop, dog. Like, you can't do that with other categories, other type of music. Like, I feel like if you're hip hop, this is what hip hop is. You know what I mean? Some real shit.
Straight up.
Like, you can't be just talking about it and not being about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the thing with rapping too. You don't there's so much shit you could talk about. You don't necessarily got to talk about shit that you ain't doing. And there's a lot of rappers, like, excuse me, there's so much other things that you could be talking about in your songs besides the shit that you don't do.
Exactly,
and
man.
Stay in your lane, in other words, and shit, just rap about what you do at work. If you a chef, rap about fucking serving food or some shit. Right. I don't know, maybe there's more people that are gonna relate to that than the motherfuckers who are really doing what you're talking about and know that you ain't doing it, dog. Straight up. And
100%.
People get tested, man. People
Straight
get
up.
tested, dog.
No, and then and shit, if you grew up like that, dog, like the streets are always gonna fucking tell the truth about you, dog. 100%, my boy. If you ain't doing the shit that you're talking about, dog, someone's gonna ask about you and go to where you're from or where you're claiming or whoop-de-woo, and they're gonna find out. People do homework, dog. Some people don't have lives and they love doing that shit. Right. And they're gonna find out about you, so it's best to just stay in your own fucking lane and just watch what you talk about, bro.
Yeah, no, most definitely. So, you got any upcoming projects coming out? You got any new shit that people should be on the lookout for?
Currently, I got some shit that I'm working on right now with my boy Isaac on the mix. We got a song dropping actually next Friday. At the moment, I don't have a fucking name for it. We just recorded this shit last week. But I could say that it's on some like some summer Cali type shit. We trying to set the summer off right. It's usually I hit people with the boom bap and everything, and because I love that shit, you know. But this one's more of a G-funk type of stilo.
Yep.
So that's gonna be dropping next Friday. By Monday we should have a name and promotion and everything up on Instagram for that going. Along with that, I got a song with homegirl. I don't know if you guys heard of her. Her name is Rain Bisu.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, dog. She's a talented artist. Her and her team reached out to me recently. They wanted to do a collab, so I just managed to get the vocals and everything sent back to them. So we should be having a song with them pretty soon as well, with her and sorry, I don't even know the producer on it. Excuse me for that, but I got a track coming out with her pretty soon.
Dope.
So that's currently all I'm working on at the moment, bro.
Dope,
You know what I mean?
dude. Talking about new stuff coming out. When you write lyrics, what is the one artist that you listen to that inspires you to write, or your top 5 that you listen to when you're writing?
When I'm writing,
Or just overall influences, though, would be, you know, the kind of give you an influence, basically, towards shit. Not necessarily saying when you listen, when you write it, but just in general, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I feel you. As far as like the artists that help me like curate my style type shit. I'm not gonna lie. I do listen to I listen to some people before I get into the zone and shit, just to kind of get me in a little mood.
Yeah.
It depends on also the beat too, bro. So, like I said, I do rap to a lot of boom bap, a lot of old school grimy shit. So that off top, you just gotta come up with a subject pretty much, and then I ride with that. But a lot of the shit that I listen to, my boy, is I fuck with a lot of Griselda, Benny the Butcher, Conway. But at the same time, I fuck with Evidence, and I fuck with Brother Lynch, dog. Or you can catch me bumping Mozzie. Like my shit is so out there. Or a lot of the times, fool, I'm bumping country or some shit like that, because those fools got bars. You know what I mean? Those motherfuckers rhyme better than rappers, bro, perfectly. Or I'll listen to like some alternative rock. So like I can't inspiration comes from just how I'm feeling at the moment, I guess you could say. But my writing process, one thing I can't say, dog, is kind of fucked up, because I can't one thing I can't do, I can't go to the studio. I mean, I could if I wanted to, dog, but like it's a problem for me to go to the studio and write a verse then and there. Like if I meet an artist and like, yo, let's write something now, I don't like that, because
it's not the same, you know. It's rushed. It's not perfected the way, you know. I'll be the same way, dog. I mean, yeah, I could do that shit, but it's not gonna be my best shit. And then later on, be like, damn, dog, like, it's all right, and I'm not gonna be that hyped on it.
And I've done that, dog. And I've done that before, dog. Where I've been in studio sessions with certain cats, and like, yo, you hop on it. I'm like, fuck it, and I'll do my verse. Now my shit's on the track, and now they got a day to write their verse, and they come back the next week, and that shit's like, damn, homie. And I'm a person. I'm not gonna what I say on my shit is what I say. That's how I felt. That's how I wrote it. I mean, I can't take it back. You know what I mean? I gave it my best, but I'll be damned if if it don't hurt me. I'll be like, fuck, I could have took that shit home and killed this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so my writing process, I gotta I'll go home. I'll write a couple bars. I'll be at work the next day, fucking around with something, and I'll think of a metaphor, and it'll hit, and I'll try to think of something that could fall into a rhyme scheme with it. You know what I mean? So it'll take me about a good 4 days to write a song. Surprisingly, dog, I was able to the beat you sent me and shit. I was able to knock some shit like that. Was the first time I was able to do a 16 in like 2 hours because I was feeling that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, good things take time though. You know, I'll be the same way, dog. I'll write a whole fucking verse and then I'll pick out like 3-4 bars from that shit and scratch the rest and just use that to start some whole other new shit. But yeah, dude, good things take time, and there ain't nothing fucking wrong with that. Make sure you fucking take your time with your goddamn artwork. That shit is
perfection.
That shit's meaningful, you know. Make that shit last, you know. People don't want some bullshit that's just recycled bullshit that's just filler shit, you know.
Straight up. And that was I had to come to grips with that and face because when I was younger writing, I would do that a lot. I would think of like maybe 4 dope ass punchlines and the rest would just be irrelevant fillers. Yeah. So I was like, now when I write, I try to make sure that the first bar is relevant with the last bar of the verse. You know what I'm saying? Or at least somewhere in the same line. Like if I'm, especially if it's about a topic. If you got a chorus, stay in line with the chorus. And if you're just barring out, then go ahead and do that too. But like, kind of make it known that you're barring out. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
No, it definitely does because there's subject matter and then there's just MCing and spitting shit. You know? Yeah. And when you try and pick a subject matter, and then you just switch off onto some other shit, you know? And it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. Now it's kind of like, where you going with it? You know what I mean? Because I've been asked that as well by like fucking real people, like people who listen to us, dog. You know, and there's people actually listening to the shit that we're putting out. And I've been asked like, well, what were you talking about? And then in reality, I was like, fuck, I wasn't even talking about anybody. And it's kind of fucked up, like, because this is somebody who's taking the time to listen to you and support you, and you don't even got an answer as to what you were talking about. You were just talking shit.
Yeah.
And they took it like, damn, they felt that like, fuck, you know, that shit. Like, I felt the same way about my fucking mom or some shit. I was like, fuck, I wasn't even talking about my mom, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So you do gotta be careful on what you put out there, dog.
No, most definitely. Because sometimes, you know, and a lot of songwriters and a lot of artists and stuff like that, they go in with the subject and the topic, and this is what it's about. And a lot of rappers, MCs, they just be saying whatever, and they just be coming in and spitting shit, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's a time and place for all that shit. But when you get asked that, you know, like, so what was the meaning behind that, the topic behind that, you're just like kind of pull some more shit out because you're like, it's actually about, and it really wasn't even fucking about that.
And like it on the other hand too, the satisfaction of like making songs that do have topics and you are trying to get a message out, when the people get it, dog, and after you rock, you know, you got people coming up to you and strangers coming up to you telling you like, yo, dog, and they're telling you how the song made them felt, and then it reminds you of how you fucking felt when you made the track, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a song, dog. One of my favorite songs by myself is a song called Jay's. It's dedicated to one of my homeboys, dog. Like my best friends growing up. He passed away through some bullshit, and you know, 9 years after his death, I try to resurrect his name, dog, by making a song for him. So I did that, and every time I tell the story about how he passed away, there's always people after the show coming up and like, yo, they could relate to that story like hand in fucking hand, bro, like perfectly. And like, they'll tell me that shit, they'll share it, and they'll tell me thank you, dog. And that's a whole different like satisfaction, dog. You know what I mean? It's different. And then you got the true hip hop heads like, yo, the fucking bars were crazy. So that's even more dope too. But it's just two different type of loves, I guess you get. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I keep in mind when I'm writing my tracks, dog.
Yeah, and see, when you can combine both of those, you know, having subject matter and fucking and just some bars to where you can just apply them both, you know. That's really dope, and that shit takes a lot of talent, a lot of years of practice, a lot of time and energy, and you know, and sometimes a lot of emotion, especially depending on what it's about, you know.
Yeah,
especially about a dead homie. Rest in peace to your homie. That shit's kind of hard for me because my ass be getting too fucking emotional sometimes, and I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to write, and I'm like, fuck, dog.
Fool, you can ask my lady, dog. I'll be rehearsing because every time we rehearse before we do the show and shit, so I'll be at the pad rehearsing. That track right there, I can't get through rehearsal for that track for shit, and it sucks because like you know, that's my boy, you know what I'm saying? So I always got to be like, fuck, all right? And I tell her all the time, like, I fucking hate performing that song, but I know that people fuck with that track, dog, heavy. So I push myself through it, and I performed that song maybe about 10 times, and there's maybe been one time where I haven't, like, fucked up, dog, because, like, I'll fucking, like, you know, like, get choked or something, well, you know how, but like I gotta push through that shit, dog.
Yeah,
it's hard.
The things with songs with emotion like that too is it really sticks to people, you know, because they could feel the emotion, they could feel that it's real, they could feel that energy, you know, and whether they're going through it too or they have in the past or whatever the fuck the case may be, they could feel that emotion, they could feel the realness, and it sticks a lot better to, you know, for songs that are just irrelevant, just bullshit.
Yeah, no, definitely, for real. So that's one thing, like I said, I just keep in mind when I'm trying to write, that, and knowing that like, you know, I'm a father, dog, and I got a fucking middle schooler who's actually listening now and shit, and I gotta watch what I put out, dog, you know what I mean? Because at the same time, that shit could bite me in the ass, thinking the shit that I'm reflecting on, my son might think is current events type shit, and thinking that's okay. So you really do gotta watch what the fuck you say, dog. The shit's like, when, I don't know, like, music is dope, dog, depending on what you do with it. But I learned, like, I went through the hard way type shit. Like, a couple years back, I had a setback where I was going, you know, I had momentum with music, and then started talking about fucking Xanax and getting fucked up, and music that's still out there streaming right now, dog, that, you know, that I can't fucking take off. And it's like, fuck. And I'm not gonna say I regret it, because at the time that's what I was on. It was on some whatever shit. But now that I'm older, it's like, fuck, if I could have, you know, not did that, I wouldn't have fucking talked about it, you know what I'm saying?
It would have been different.
Oh yeah, definitely, dog. And so I keep that into consideration as well for, like, a lot of youngsters and shit, because nowadays we got a real fucked up community of kids, dog. These little fools are fucking devils. I don't fuck with these little youngsters, dog.
Dude,
like, it's different now.
Yeah,
the lack of respect.
They don't fight, dude. They don't fight no more, dog.
Yeah, and they don't even talk, dog. It's just insane now. The lack of respect, dog. Like, I'm not fucking with. Shit, dog. I'll hit it off with the older heads all day before I even fucking talk to the little youngsters, dog, because they're crazy now. So.
Yeah,
that's another thing, dog.
Sometimes too, when you put out music like that, especially at a younger age, and you know you're going through all that kind of shit, music is timeless, you know. So, like, you never know when it's gonna be somebody's first time hearing that shit, and you could be on a whole different maturity level, a whole different energy, a whole different shit, you know.
And they think it's still you.
And yeah, you know, and like, dog, I got tracks from back in the day. I'm like, I fucking said that shit. God damn, fucking
Straight up,
little disrespectful and shit, you know.
Yeah, some foul shit. It's like, god damn, out of pocket. But it is what it is. Luckily, I was able to, like, correct that before my son got, like, to the age where he was interested in listening, I guess. But like you said, it's timeless. It's always gonna be there. You just gotta do the little homework. You can find whatever you want on anybody, especially now, dog. So music, the fact that we put it out, if people wanted to do the research on all of us, they could, you know what I mean? So that's something to keep in mind. I do that shit all the time, dog. I always go back on my old shit and think about, like, damn, I should have never fucking said that, but it's out there.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it at this point. And then I've also, like, a lot of the songs that I do regret, a lot of people were fucking with them, dog. So it's like, fuck, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say that too, dog. Sometimes those grimy fucking tracks where you're like, damn, what the fuck was I saying? Some fools are like, dog, that's my favorite shit that you put out, like.
Yeah.
And you're not even on that shit no more. They're not even fucking with your new shit. They want that fucking old fucking nasty grimy shit.
And you know what's crazy? See, because I was that youngster, dog, that was listening to artists back in the day, and like, yeah, you know, like, you know, and okay, for instance, when Brother Lynch started getting kind of different with his music, it wasn't so gangster no more. It was kind of weird. I was like, this shit's whack. Like, we want that old shit. And who knows what he was going through, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck, I'm that rapper now. Like, fuck. I'm trying to fucking rap about some real shit. I'm not trying to be talking about fucking EBT all the time and shit, you know, going to the local liquor store. I made a whole album about the local liquor store that me and my homeboys grew up at. And now I'm like, fuck that story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that story never did shit for me.
Yeah, you know.
But it is what it is, dog.
And when you be doing that, you only captivate that audience, you know. And when you can broaden that, you broaden your audience. You know what I mean? Instead of just having the grimy fools, which is cool. You know, shout out to all the motherfucking grimy motherfuckers.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know, like sometimes, you know, especially as you mature as a person, as an artist, as just in life, you know, you kind of wanna drop all that and just kind of be, you know, a fucking adult about things sometimes, you know.
Straight up, dog. Growing up, that's all it is. Fuck. I just said this. I had an interview with the homie from MFK Radio. I don't know if you heard about him before. Dope ass radio station. I think out of LA and shit. And we were just talking about that shit, like, cause he you know, he's been around me since I was a youngster as well, and he trips out. He's like, you talk different, you know, you're a little, and like in a good way though, you know what I mean? And that shit made me happy, dog, knowing that like it's noticeable type shit, I guess you could say. You know, a recognition, I guess, in a positive way, other than like music, I guess. Like, you know, change, dog, is a motherfucker, but it's really worth doing, dog, and it's something that'll help, my boy.
Yeah, definitely.
That's something I'm working on.
Especially when people, you know, like you said, have seen you grow up, have seen you been around you, you know what I mean? That's definitely noticeable changes. Any little things, and, you know, things that you would normally do back in the day, the fools are like, oh, this fool's innocent, and then you have a different reaction. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
All right, my boy, I see you.
Hey, that's one thing, dog. Shit, that's something I try to work on every day, like, cause not everything deserves a reaction, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and how you react to everything, dog, is gonna like play out, you know, the next move type shit. Yeah. You can fuck everything up, dog, by how you act. Hey, you know, straight up.
Sometimes no reaction is a reaction as well, you know? Yeah. And I've learned that the most these last few years. No reaction is sometimes the best reaction.
No doubt.
And it's kind of a more firm reaction, you know what I mean?
Straight up.
Hell yeah. Dog, how you guys met? Like, I know it was like the hip hop shows, but how? Like, how you guys met?
Shows, fucking.
Yeah, just the
hip hop shit, dog. Yeah.
We would always be on the same bill and shit, type shit.
A lot of shit. The Sunny Days and Vibes shit. Way back.
Yeah, shout out to MC Life and fucking the Herbalistics and everything, you know, everybody else and shit from back in the day. This is like 2014, 2015 and shit. I believe you and your Metsis Mirrored.
Yes, sir.
Right? That was your boy, right? You guys are Astro Travelers and shit.
Yeah. Back then we were rocking. We had Abstract Illusions.
Abstract Illusions. There you go. Yeah, for sure. I remember that, and that shit was dope. And at the time, I wasn't bald, my boy. You know what I mean? This was always had a shaved head and shit. So he like always stood out to me, and I was like, all right, for sure. So I came across Homeboy's page and realized he was a writer. So off the bat, like I said, I already seen Homie's ups, and that shit stood out to me like 100%. So that's why, you know, I always like, you know, gravitated towards Homeboy and shit like that. So every time I'd see him at shows, it was always love and shit, like, what's cracking. Shit on, you know what's crazy? I've known him we've known each other, been around for so long. We never got the chance to work together. That's something that needs to get done for sure, dog.
Ooh, yeah, no, more definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely make that shit happen.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, just through the shows and everything, dog. Everything over there in Riverside County that was cracking off, fucking at the time, Maya's Cafe, fucking all that shit.
That's dope, dog.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that song that you have, the new song dropping.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Pretty much, it's just on some like I'm just vibing out, my boy. Honestly, pretty much just shining light on growing up in my city, dog. I'm from Ontario, my boy. I wasn't born there. There ain't no hospital right there to be born at. Well, at the time there wasn't, but I was raised there my whole life. You know, so it's just me giving a little love back to the city and shit. And at the same time, it's not necessarily like pinpointing Ontario. So the chorus, like, you know, anybody vibing out could fucking rock with it. So it's like I would give it like a little summer anthem type shit. It's more of on like a Nipsey Hussle type of vibe, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's something that we were experimenting. It's the first time that I've ever done a beat like that, but it's like a Dre type beat, you know.
Dope.
And I wanted to test the waters with it. That's something that I'm trying to do now. Like, I'm trying to see like what else I can fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, you know, for years I boxed myself into like boom bap and underground hip hop, and I love that shit. That's where I came from. You know what I mean? And now I want to see like what else I could do. You know what I'm saying? Like see if there's anything else, maybe a lane I could fucking conquer type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely got your own style. You're definitely, unique. So I mean, when you can transfer that onto some other shit, you know what I mean? Stick to your style, but have flex on some other kind of shit. Like that shit is always super dope. You know?
That's what a lot of people have been telling me lately, dog. To where I can keep the same style, I guess, as far as what I talk, barring out, I guess. But like on different beats, like for instance, to bring up the name again, Benny the Butcher, dog. Like his new shit is crazy, my boy. Like it's not slowed down old boom bap, and it's making his flow a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But it sounds dope because the shit he's talking about is still raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get what you mean by still keep your shit, but like try to adjust to what's on, what's playing type shit.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna complement your style.
Exactly.
It could be something totally different that you would never even expect, and you're like, damn, dog, that shit came out fucking dope.
Yeah.
You never fucking know until you try it. Fuck around
up.
and see what's up.
Hell yeah. I think that's why it's good to listen to different type of music, not just like hip hop, because I hear the same patterns. But then once a while, dude, I hear this guy with just like sick ass patterns, like crazy ass patterns, like shit I haven't heard before. And this was talking about listening to like other stuff, like it's completely different.
No, I feel you. Honestly, that's crazy too, because like I don't listen to anybody that makes like like the shit that I bump on the daily, dog, is not like the music that I make. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like people probably think I'm just listening to like fucking Wu-Tang all day and shit. Like I do, but like I fuck with like all hip hop, dog. But I'm not like at the pad bumping Jedi Minds and shit in the living room all day, fucking painting and shit. Like I listen to everything, dog. I mean like everything from Erykah Badu to fucking. I listen to a lot of country, dog. I listen to a lot of rock. I listen to a lot of reggae, fucking. Just different types of music sound like dopamine is a motherfucker, dog. So I just like to hear different sounds and shit, and then that will inspire me to go tell my boy Isaac like, yo, can we add that weird little fucking sound from this song and mix it with that sample, and can we make something? And he'll be like, all right, yeah. And he never gives me a hassle about shit like that because it's fun for him, as a producer.
He's doing
it's
the
like,
same shit. He's trying something new too. So
he'd be
that's
like, hell
dope.
yeah, we could fucking do that. I'm like, all right, for sure. So that's another thing that just keeps my mind open to different music. So, eventually I want to do a track with a country artist or a reggae track with somebody. You know what I mean? I'm down to, whatever.
Hell yeah. So what tracks are you performing today, man?
Today we're gonna get into I believe I got 3 tracks for you guys. One of the tracks is called Would You. It's the last track that I just released about a month ago, produced by my homie Isaac. It's just a track pretty much talking about fake ass homies, dog, and we all had them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just reflecting on that. The next track would be a song called Lovely Girl, dog. It's a track that I made for my fiance. That's my ride or die. At the same time, it's a track like a Bonnie and Clyde track, dog. You know what I'm saying? Something
Dope,
for the
hell
homies.
yeah.
Everybody got I don't know, I'm not gonna say everybody, but shit, a couple homeboys out there can relate to the track, you know what I'm saying? We all got a little ride or die with us, dog.
Yeah.
And then the last track is my Jay's track.
Dope. Fuck yeah.
Excuse me. Actually, I actually got a beat that was produced by the homie Versa that he shot
yes,
over.
sir, yes, sir.
So I wanted to see if I could bless that real quick. Maybe to end the session off with that and shit.
Exclusive.
Yeah, most definitely.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that shit. Let's go ahead and jump right into that shit. Excited to see what you got going today, dog.
Hell yeah, for sure. Yo, Isaac on the mix. Uncle Bundy. Yo.
Isaac on the
she a real one. That's what I need in the game. And truth be told, she the reason to blame. She put the dog back on the chain and I ain't even ashamed. She got me thinking about her daily, I ain't even the same. Got me hooked on her ways from the words that she say. I burst into flames from the curves on her waist. Don't listen to what they say because we both got a past. And I know I ain't your first, but I'm gonna be your last. Perfection, every time I stare into your eyes. A moment of your time is like a piece of paradise. There ain't nothing to compare, from the features to your hair, the smell of your perfume to the things that you wear. The way you say my name, I won't play with your head. And truth be told, I'd rather play in your bed. Damn, going crazy when I play with your legs, like fucking about to get your name on my neck. I got your lips on my skin, that's a signature in ink. It's like a sickness cause I can't even think. Yeah, so holla at me anytime that you free, and I'll pull up on you, let me buy you a drink. And baby, maybe we could ride, smoke, you just gotta let me know. We can roll anywhere you tryna go, baby, hop inside the whip and dip. Let's skip a few towns, ride around, and maybe we could take a trip. Baby, maybe we could ride, smoke, you just gotta let me know. We can roll anywhere you tryna go, baby, hop inside the whip and dip. Let's skip a few towns, ride around, maybe we could take a trip. Yeah, my little shorty taking shots about the bottle, my rider sitting shotgun with the loaded shotty beside her. That's my baby, the type of shit I like to admire. Drive me crazy, but you'll always be the spark to my fire. You got the keys to my heart, you be applying the pressure. All of me is what you want, I'll be applying that effort. I'm by your side. Anytime you tryna ride, you don't even gotta ask. I can see it in your eyes, I can tell by your vibe that you feeling me too. So baby, tell me what the deal is with you. Damn, I never thought that I had feelings for you, but now a life is what I'm building with you. And maybe we could ride, smoke, you just gotta let me know. We can roll anywhere you tryna go, baby, hop inside the whip and dip. Let's skip a few towns, ride around, baby, we could take a trip. Baby, maybe we could ride, smoke, you just gotta let me know. We can roll anywhere you tryna go, baby, hop inside the whip and dip. Let's skip a few towns, ride around, maybe we could take a trip. Yeah. For all the Bonnie and Clydes out in this motherfucker. Straight up. Yeah. Rest in peace, Jazer.
Nah, 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 oh.
12 years in July.
Why you had to go ahead now.
My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down.
Why you had to go ahead now. My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down. Sometimes it feels like the odds act against me.
I tried to save him, but the world wouldn't let me.
Had to see you go ahead now. My dog a soldier, he was down
look,
with the...
come from a city full of lies. In the middle of July, shit gets tricky if you slip and then you slide. Went from posting on the block to dipping in the ride. Loading up the Glock to pulling missions in the night. Most hated from the jump, dog, what else you expect? And all we had was enemies, there's no one else to respect. We said fuck the other side and took an ounce to the neck. My father loved you like a son, I'll hold you down till I'm dead. I think about you every day, talk about you with my oldest. Even though you never met, I feel like y'all would be the closest. And it breaks my fucking heart. I said it breaks my fucking heart to see your mother fall apart, and that was hard. Reminiscing on that last conversation we had about the pad. You said shit was going bad. You was trying to get the strap. They was fucking with the homies. You was trying to get them back, and I said, dog, don't even trip, and that was that. But your ass didn't listen. I can't blame you for that. If you would've told me when you left, I would've made you come back. And it's been years down the road, and it's still hard for me to cope. And a part of me is cold, cause it was hard to see you go. See, I've been trying to talk to God. He's been unresponsive. Or maybe I ain't listening, or I can't hear him talking. I'm trying to deal with sudden losses. Type of shit will make your stomach nauseous. And all we wanted to become was bosses. So when I look inside the mirror, see your name up on my neck, I get the chills. And it feels like every day is just a test. I try to tell myself that I'ma be okay. Looking at pictures on the wall just to see your face. Closer than a friend, I need answers to these questions. Road to revenge, but I ain't asking for directions. The realest one I met, yo, that was Jay's from the set. So a part of me died with you when we laid you to rest. Bless.
Why you had to go ahead now.
My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down.
Why you had to go ahead now. My My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down. Sometimes it feels like the odds act against me. I try to save him, but the world wouldn't let me. Had to see you go, go ahead now. My dog a soldier, he was down with the.
I see your pops every time I stop and pay my respect. And just the sound of your voice is something I ain't forget. I spent days having conversations with your grave, and ain't shit gonna change, but I still pray for the best. I'm disappointed you ain't called me when you left that night, but instead you made a choice and I can't set back time. What if you did hit my line? I think about it all the time, even if that means we both would have been dead that night. Constantly reminded every time I see your moms. How you think that makes me feel? Was the one that put you on. I'm shedding tears as I write this, cause I never had the closure. I just wish I had the chance to tell my soldier. 12 years in July and I'm still right here asking why, but I'ma hold you down until this shit is over. I wipe these tears from my eyes and I won't let them see me cry, but I can't lie, I'm about to lose my composure. See, I ain't cool with everybody, I don't be friends with them, because the one who killed my brother used to be friends with him. Went to high school with us, and even been inside the crib from the block, and even played up in the sandbox as kids. This shit is stressful, but I'll never let nobody try to disrespect you, so I'm carrying this rifle. And I don't really care about what I might do. I ain't stopping till the day that I get buried right beside you.
Why you had to go ahead now.
My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down.
Why you had to go ahead now.
My dog a soldier, he was down with the get down.
Sometimes it feels like the odds act against me. I try to save him, but the world wouldn't let me. Had to see you go ahead now. My dog a soldier, he was down with the.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Jeffrey J's Camacho. It's gonna be 12 motherfucking years on July 7th. We love you, boy. Yo, verse on the beat. Type of shit to get you murdered in the street. Look, yo, look. They say I got them all tripping, cause the flow is God-given. Malt liquor in my liver, that's just how a dog's living off the leash. And I don't back down or call police, so if it's beef, you better hope that God got you in the streets. I've been trying to speak to the Lord, but it's like he's hard to reach. I guess that's something that we both have in common. As y'all can see, ain't been answering my phone, ain't responding to texts. Can care less about the comments that I constantly get. I keep my lady by my side because my lady a keeper. Riding through the city, feeling like we David and Creeper. So if you playing for keeps, just know the game will get deeper. But if you playing with me, then test your fate for the reaper. How does it feel to claim a city that you ain't even welcome in? Keep speaking on my name and you gon' see what the outcome is. This ain't a power flex, I'm still sipping on the Howler head, staring out the window with a rifle like I'm Malcolm X. I'm really bout to check, I'll never die a coward's death. That's from the heart, from the start, with every hour spent. Motherfucker, and it's like that, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, happy to see you, George.
Yo, this track is called Would You.
No more brothers, Diego.
It's mixed and produced by my boy Isaac on the mix.
Where do you say that?
Yo, it's on all streaming platforms right
George,
now.
Of course we're brothers.
Pretty much the song is about fake ass homeboys, and I know all of y'all got one of those or a couple, so fuck with it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Would you ride for me when my back's against the wall and you happen to be the person that I call? Tell me, would you die for me when it finally hits the fan? Can I count on you to really understand? And if I died, would you cry for me? But now I see right through the fake. Instead of love, all you ever gave was hate. So instead, you put a price on me. But some things will never last. Now I gotta learn to let go of the past. There's two sides to every story, just like flipping a coin. You pick a side before it falls and you gon' live with your choice. See, in my mind, trying to find a way to kill all the noise. I hear this voice keep saying I shouldn't chill with my boys, and I ignored it. But Yo, I'm only human, I'm distorted as a teen. I admit some other things were more important. Whole life I've been considered bad news at its best. Wear my scars with pride like the tattoos on my flesh. So don't judge me till you've been inside my shoes and got to step in what some people see as a curse, others see as a blessing. Lessons throughout my path to measuring off the grams. Am I heaven sent? While some questions you never ask. I never been a saint, but I ain't proud of my sins. I sincerely apologize with every ounce I can give. But what's forgiveness? We'll see how it all really ends. When your back's against the wall, let's see the ones you call friends. I've seen the best of them fold get arrested and told. And if you stepping on toes, you get impressed by the O. I'm from Ontario, and I paid all the debts that I owed. My heart's cold, I'm always tripping. Got me questioning, bro, like would you ride for me? When my back's against the wall and you happen to be the person that I call, tell me, would you die for me? When it finally hits the fan, can I count on you to really understand? And if I died, would you cry for me? But now I see right through the fake. Instead of love, all you ever gave was hate. So instead, you put a price on me. But some things will never last. Now I gotta learn to let go of the past. Yo, there's two sides to every story, just like facing a judge. Now you can lie or tell the truth, but that's a statement to us. There ain't a face you can trust in this game, it get tough. You play with fire and get burned by the flame that you touch. This ain't a game, homie, and I admit I ain't the same, homie. I feel the pain from all the people that changed on me. Yo, I had your back every time I was with you, but you chose to play the fence and I ain't climbing it with you. You see, the choices that you make affect the people that you love most. So if you selfish, then you better keep that gun close. In other words, you put your family first before the utmost. Enemies the closest, that's just something I was once told. How you my dog and never threw the assist. You said you down to ride for me. I ain't truly convinced. You chose to walk a tightrope, but it got loose in the end. You made a choice, but like they say, if the shoe really fits, then you gon' lace it up. Mistakes, it's safe to say I made enough. A knife inside the back to me ain't nothing but a paper cut. I made a choice, I'll never go against the grain. My respect's the only thing that's going with me in the grave. Would you ride for me? When my back's against the wall and you happen to be the person that I call, tell me, would you die for me? When it finally hits the fan, can I count on you to really understand? And if I died, would you cry for me? But now I see right through the fake. Instead of love, all you ever gave was hate. So instead, you put a price on me. But some things will never last, and now I gotta learn to let go of the past. Yeah.
Isaac on the mix.
All motherfucking day. Shout out to the Overthinkers. Yeah.
What up, dog? What up, dog?
Right. I got for you, boy. Good or what?
Yeah, I'm good. I know you said you wanted half, but about the whole thing.
Shit, hell yeah, I got you for sure. Straight.
Let me know if you want more next time.
Shit, no doubt, no doubt.
Got it out the mud. Look. What up, Isaac? Yo. I
I turn a half in 2 7s, a 7 into 2 8s. It's bagged in 2 seconds. After that, it's gonna be too late. I can show you how to work the scale. Just give me 2 plates, or I can get it to you through the mail. Just give me 2 days. There's 2 ways to go about it. One way is keep your mouth shut, don't even throw about it. Second way is keep your mouth shut, and you don't know about it. Had a booby trap the house up. I'm digging holes around it. Set the mouse trap. House rats don't even go around it. Rules to this shit. School full of kids walking around with tools on their hip, and they ain't got respect for nothing. They be doing the skits. Soon as you hopping out the whip, they start shooting and shit. Like damn, they on some other shit. Shooting up their cousin's crib. I thought that was your auntie's house. Nah, I don't fuck with them. I'm self-dependent, fuck a co-defendant. I've always kept it copacetic by my lonely, and I don't regret it. Let's go.
Well, you got a problem with what I did, Anthony?
No, hey, no.
Fucking rat anyways. Whole family's all rats. Would have grew up to be a rat.
Stupid bastard, I can't fucking believe you. Now you're gonna dig the fucking thing. You're gonna dig the hole. You're gonna do it. I got no fucking lime. You're gonna
Fuck kids. I'll dig the fucking hole. I don't give a fuck. Was the first hole I dug? First time I dug a hole, I'll dig the fucking hole.
Yeah, it's Uncle Bundy and you know the section. I'm from the O where you'll get your soul tooken without no discretion. Your hoe looking like why homie stressing. He caught the green light because he owes the plug for the O we sent him. This shit is grimy here. Catch your ass slipping with the flyest gear and snatch it off your back. Don't even try it here. And here's a little secret. We ain't at the meals either, taking field trips. You still sitting in the field bleachers. Real Jesus known here. Get your dome split by your own peers for speaking on some shit that you don't know here. Oh yeah, the home base. Rep it till it's close case. We locate your whereabouts. We airing out the whole place. Started off young, so I had to learn the game early. Stayed sturdy, paint stains on the range jersey. And through it all, I've been the same person. I stayed burning, trying to smoke away this pain, but it ain't working. Still waiting for the bus too. But the shit ain't working.
But the shit ain't working. That's Heks Bundy behind the scenes, baby. That's Heks Bundy, baby.
Do this shit.
Say something for the camera, dog.
Uncle Mundy for mayor, baby. Hey, we right here behind the scenes and shit, shooting for Dirty Hands. If you motherfuckers only understood the work that it took to fucking make these videos and all these fucking songs for y'all appreciate me a little bit more. But instead, y'all want to pass up on my shit, not come to the shows, and I see you motherfuckers, but it's alright though. Your uncle forgives you. I just want you to I ain't gonna get you shit for Christmas. Happy New Year's, baby.